Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and today we're trying out some brand new drugstore funness. Now, this brand, I think it might be exclusive to Walgreens. I really don't know. All I know is that I saw a thing on the internet and it was like, hey, new brand at Walgreens, and I was like, I better try it. The brand is C.Y.O. It doesn't, I don't think it stands for anything. I don't know. But I do have a ton of their oh man, almost got bad, you guys. But I have a ton of stuff right here to try for them. So I thought we would get started by just like, putting the stuff on our face and kind of seeing how this stuff goes. So the first up is the Matte and Blur Primer. This is called the Matte Attack, which I think is great. It's just a plain little bottle like so. All of these are drugstore pricing, so I don't have the exact prices right in front of me, but none of them were like, oh, Peter Thomas Roth, there's 28 bucks or, $45 foundation or anything like that. So, oh. Well, now, that's interesting. It's like, it's like where silicone meets a fluffy cloud. Oh yeah, very silicone-y. Interesting. And you guys, in an effort to try and like speed this along, because I don't want this video to be like 75 minutes, I am going to keep buzzing through products, so bear with me here. Now for foundations, I have two different options here. I have the long-lasting life-proof foundation. This is in the shade something. Shade 102. And then over here I have the matte foundation, no shine zone, shade 203. So I think that the way we're gonna determine this is by seeing which one matches me better. Yes, of the two, you can definitely see, I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but the lighter option is definitely the more well-balanced option. However, that is still very dark for me, but I'm gonna go with this one, and hopefully this works. And we are gonna go, and that is what I ended up getting right there. I think that that's actually a decent shade match. I'm just gonna start by going in with the Flat Top Heavenly Luxe Kabushi brush. Okay, not much coverage to speak of through here. That went on decently with a brush. There's no like huge drag marks or anything like that. But overall, the finish is not bad. I'm not living for this weird like cream to powder feeling that it has. Ugh. Okay, so now that we got that done, next up we are going to go in with the fixing powder. It is the All Set fixing powder, my bad, in the shade Clear. I just went ahead and popped the sifter out, and that is definitely not clear, or I mean, white, so I'm a little nervous that it's going to darken up my under eye like all the rest. But we give them all the benefit of the doubt and allow them to ruin our makeup, so hold on. Okay, so it's definitely all going, like, setting on the face a little bit better than I thought it would. But I don't want to say I'm a little hesitant. I'm very hesitant about this foundation just because there was no coverage, like, right here to begin with. So I feel like throughout the day, it's not going to look the best. What's next? Alright, next up we have the Frame of Mind Brow Sculpting Pencil, and it does have one of these slanted edges on it, very similar to the Benefit Cosmetics Brow Wiz, and then on the other end it has a very nice quality, that didn't do anything, a very nice spoolie effect. I love me a good spoolie. So I'm going to go ahead and pop my brows on, guys, hopefully I'm going to pop my brows on. Boy oh boy did that take a hot second, guys. Okay. Something you should know, like, in all fairness, I do not like brow applicators with that weird like square or triangle square, my god, go back to kindergarten, with that weird little triangle tip, just because that little point wears down, and then here I am like trying to like make it sharp again so I can get a line. So the brows are a hot mess today. What, do I look that orange in real life? What's going on? So anyways, I was about ready to prime my lids for this next part when I realized that their eyeshadow palette, which I will show you, you get a big mirror, and that piece of plastic, but then what you get is these shadows. And I was looking at this end over here, and these are cream, and I thought, well, now what the hell? So then I was looking at the box, and basically these are all regular shadows. These are two cream shadows. This is a highlight, and this is actually a primer. So we are going to prime our lids with theirs. Tell you what, I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I definitely applaud the ingenuity of putting the primer in the palette. I'm going to set that all down with this beige or this skin tone looking shade right here. Oh, and by the way, this palette is the Showdown Rainbow Warrior eyeshadow palette. Okay, so for this look, I think I'm just going to go with like a really light something because I don't know. I'm not living for like the feelings right now. See, remember how I'm always telling you guys that there's like this gray tone that I think is really unflattering on the eye? That's a lot of these colors. Like, this is like a grayish blue that I don't really like. This is a gray blue I don't really like. Ugh. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this brown and start popping this brown into the crease. They're not like ultra pigmented, so I think I can get away with it. I don't know. We're going to find out. Okay, so for some reason, I moved you in. Hi, by the way. For some reason, even this brown is coming off with like a really weird gray cast. I don't love. Like, I don't love this palette for some reason. I do want to try and go in with that one of those cream eyeshadow shades. Those options are not the best. So there they are. You can kind of see them. There's like a silvery one on top and then a gold sheen one under bottom. I think I'm going to obviously go with the silver one just because the gold one doesn't match. It would have if this had been like brown, but instead it was like gray brown. Okay, so guys, I hate these shadows. These things are trash. Like, I hate the way that they go on. I don't like them at all. Yeah, they look bad. Like, I wish that there was a way to convey to you how bad this looked. Like, I don't think that camera's doing it justice. I'm going to go ahead super quick. I'm going to wipe this off because I hate it. And I don't want to spend my day like this. So I'm going to wipe this crap off and then I'm going to come back on and we will continue to talk. I tell you what, you want to appreciate the shadows you have, go buy that palette and then try to put it on your face. And then go back to your other shadows and you'll be like, wow, these are life. I went in today, you guys, just with a little bit of the Too Faced Natural Love palette. It's this guy here. It released, I think, sometime, it was like last year. Or was it last year? God, I can't remember. This came out right as I was launching my channel. And I just, oh, I fell in love with it. But anyways, I put that on my eyes. And now we are going to bust in to the Color Sculpt, Color Contour, Highlight, and Blush palette. If I can open it. Same kind of packaging. Oh, shoot. I screwed up, guys. What is it with these people? You guys, okay, so these are the colors, right? And I'm like, okay, that's not so bad. Like, that'll sheer out. It's a freaking cream. Look at how bright that is. That's supposed to be a highlight. That's the cream, and that's supposed to be a contour shade. The contour is powder. These two are creams. What in the actual hell is going on in my life? Ugh. Well, let's try a little bit of this contour because apparently I am just glutton for punishment over here. Yeah, I don't like that. It does not look good. No. I mean, okay, let me rephrase. It doesn't look bad, but like it definitely doesn't look... My whole makeup right now just looks bad, and I'm not going near these cream things because A, I hate cream products, like I hate them, and B, that pink is atrocious. So let's not do that. I'm going to go ahead and blush and highlight my face. Okay, so I'm a doofus, but you like this highlight? Because I definitely realized in the box I did have a highlight, the C.Y.O, what is this? Shimmer Switch Bronzing Highlighting Palette, Bronzing and Highlighting Palette. It's supposed to be one of these like 4-in-1 kind of deal. The way I always use them is I just blend them all together, and it really creates like this really beautiful like shimmer shade. Now see that right there? That's a highlight. You see how pretty that is? And it actually did go on the face very nicely. It's a little bit chalky, a little bit sluffy. I honestly don't think this would be one of the highlights that stays on your face throughout the day. I feel like none of this is going to stay on my face throughout the day, but we'll get to my final thoughts at the end of the day. What's next? Okay, guys, we are at that stage where I am going to go in with the last 3 products. I don't have a lipstick from them, so I have to go find one of those. And then I'm going to go in with the 3 in Easy Eyeliner Marker Pen, the Volume Mascara, and the Set to Last Fixing Spray. So I'm going to go in with these 3 products. I will come back on screen. We are going to talk a little bit, and then we're going to wear them for the day and see how the hell it goes. No. Remember how I said I was going to go put this eyeliner on? Let me zoom you in. Okay, you see this right here? Watch. What ugly, weird little... Oh, and by the way, here's the tip. Can you even see that? Like, is that not atrocious? Where in the hell is my camera? It's got like these weird little tongs on it. Like, what the hell? And this liner, it doesn't even look black. Like, it's see-through. Like, I can see through my liner. No. So just kidding about this guy. I'm not putting that on my face. I will go ahead, use my other liner, and then go with that mascara, and then I'll be back. I just had to show you that because that's a big no. This is everyone that loves black eyeliners worst fear right here. Ugh. All right, so I finally got everything on my face, you guys, and okay, my final thoughts with this brand is, you know how sometimes you can put on like drugstore makeup and you're like, wow, this is really good quality, I really like it, and you don't have a problem with it. I feel like this is cheap makeup. Like, not cheap because it was cheap or because it was, you know, inexpensive, but cheap because it's cheap quality. Like, I went ahead and I set my face and literally, like, my highlight is almost gone. Like, it has sloughed off. A lot of the contour that I put on is now sloughed off. The foundation is already sloughing off right here. My under eye, where I put my concealer, I have used this Pro Longwear concealer a couple times now, and the one thing that I noticed about it, like early on, is that if you set it with a bad or like a not so high quality setting powder, it creases. And like, it's literally not only creased, it's like rubbed off already. And I haven't even touched it since I put it on. So I think that the problem that I'm going to end up having with all of this makeup, and again, I'll do an end of the day check-in and all that, but I think the problem I'm having or going to have is that it is cheap in the sense that it's not going to stay on my face. But I'm obviously going to go about my day. I will come back to you guys and we will do our up close. We will talk about it. That's actually why, by the way, on my lips is the Sex on the Peach lipstick from Too Faced. I love this color. It's like such a great wearable. I love it. It's a good color. Oh, and the mascara, by the way, as I was using it, it's a very gummy mascara that I did not care for. So that's great too. So I'm going to go ahead, go do my day. I will come back to you guys at the end of the day and we shall talk some more. So let me start by saying, you guys, this stuff has been on my face for 9 hours. And of course, what is this? And of course, we are going to do the close-up and all that stuff. But I just hope that you guys have had a better day than me, because it should be like fall weather right now. And instead, we are having like second coming of Christ hot ass weather. And I am not enjoying it. So I hope you've had a better day than me. And that goes for just any day that you're watching this, because, oh my God. Now, I have been watching this face situation very closely all day, and like, I'm just gonna like sit over here real quick. You guys, I'm actually a lot more impressed with this than I thought. Now, what it reminds me of a lot is the e.l.f. makeup that I wore. When I wore that makeup, and I can link that one down below if you guys want to watch it, but I did a full face using e.l.f. and when I put the makeup on, I was actually surprised at, like, it didn't offer a ton of coverage, but what it did do is that it looked so like skin-like as the day progressed. And I don't know if it was just like a mixture of how it wore with the oils on my face, but that's very similar to what this one is doing. Like, it's still like, I don't have a ton of coverage, but it has kept my complexion very even throughout the day, which is like amazing. I didn't get like red and blotchy. I'm not like weird or like sloughing off or cracky like you guys have seen in a lot of my close-ups. In this area, I get a ton of like breakage and it looks really dry. And this actually looks very like luminous and gorgeous on the planes of my face, especially. My forehead looks really good. This whole area looks very good. The only area that I would have a problem with the way that it looks is like the lack of coverage. But you know, that I feel like, honestly, going into today, based on the morning clip, I was like, yeah, this is going to be atrocious. Why is my hair not cooperating? But I pretty much went into today being like, my makeup's going to look like shit in 2 hours. And it actually looks really good. Like, I'm still really impressed with how the skin looks. It oxidized a tiny bit after the morning, but I feel like it all evened out and it ended up kind of going away. So I don't know if that was just like I got overheated and it looked funny for a minute. I'm not really sure. Now, I also thought that the bronzer would like dissipate a lot more than it did. And I still have a little bronzer. It did slough off some. The highlight went away almost immediately. Like, you can't even hardly tell that I put any on. The brows I was impressed with, you guys. I thought for sure the brows that they were just like running away, and they actually, not only did they not run away, but they stayed looking, you know, exactly as they were. And I wanted to touch on that for a second. Actually, you know what, here, how about I do this? I'm gonna run through like super quick the products that I used today and kind of just give you like my opinion or my thoughts on them. I think we definitely need to start with the fixing spray. Okay, You guys, earlier I checked my face about 2 hours ago. So, you know, about 6, 7 hours into this, I looked in the mirror and I didn't realize how oily my nose was. Oh, my face was oily. So I'm not going to say, like, I used it was a matte and blur primer, a long-lasting foundation, which I'll give it, it still does look good, and a fixing spray that's supposed to help keep, you know, everything on and situated. Now, do I think that this combination made me matte? No, but I do think that it made the foundation look decent throughout the entire day, meaning it looked, you know, glowy, or it looked even. It didn't, you know, break up and get crumbly. So I can't say that I love them like individually. I think if I had to choose, what I would do with this foundation is I would actually, because I love how it looks like right now, so I will probably experiment and add maybe some custom enhancer drops to this. A, it would really help to lighten the color, and B, I think it would help me to build a little bit of coverage. So that might be a good option for this. The primer, I don't think I would use again, just because I don't really feel like it did a ton as far as like making it go longer, making my makeup last longer, but I might experiment with mixing maybe another more mattifying or long-lasting primer in it. That might be a nice opportunity to mix maybe the Peter Thomas Roth one in here and maybe see if that helps, because that was super mattifying, so maybe that would be an interesting combination. The setting spray, I don't hate it, I just don't think it did much. When I sprayed this on my face this morning, it was actually very alcohol-y. Like it was like I was literally spraying rubbing alcohol on my face. And it's like, what? Oh, well, that's okay. Ingredients: water, alcohol, and then butylene and a bunch of other stuff. But alcohol is like the second ingredient on here, and you can smell it, and it is very overpowering, and I did not enjoy this at all. The setting powder I also did not like. I think it did okay on like these areas of my face. It might be okay for like a cheaper option, but as far as under my eyes go, it caused, like I said this morning, a lot of like cakey, like creasy texture weirdness under there. So I don't think I would ever use this in like that area, or even like on the plain or on like textured areas on my face. I think it did okay with the rest, but it's definitely not like a powder that I would reach for a ton. The highlight, I like the concept of, you know, you guys saw it this morning. I think it definitely has a beautiful glimmer to it. I think, like, look at that. That's stunning, right? But it wears off so quickly that you can't really do anything with it. And I don't live for this. I think it's nice to make like a quick first impression. But again, it wears off so quickly that I'm like, I don't want a highlight that only lasts a minute. I want a highlight that stays on my face all day, and this did not do that. So for me, I probably wouldn't use this one again either. This damn eyeliner, you guys know what I think. This is garbage. It's not very black. It looks like a watered down black mascara. No thank you. And the tip applicator makes no sense to me. No thank you. The mascara actually wasn't bad. It wore decent throughout the day. I think that it didn't do anything for my lashes. Like, would I buy it again? Would I wear it again? No. I don't think it helped. I don't think it gave me any volume or whatever. But on the upside, it also scared me again. It also didn't, you know, transfer onto my lower lash line. It didn't do anything per se to help, but it also didn't hinder. I wasn't a big fan of how long it took to finesse onto my lashes, or how thick it was. So for me, this is also a no-go. Which brings us to these last two guys, these last two palettes right here. We will start with this one just because it is the one that I picked up first. This is the contour palette. I did not like this. I hated these. These cream things are atrocious. You guys saw the swatches. They were not good. Like, even as a cream, oh, they were like a thick goopy cream, not the kind that you want to like lightly put on your face. No thank you. And then this shade wasn't the worst, but and it's a powder, so I'm like, I feel like I'm happier with it just because it's a powder. But at the same time, like, that doesn't excuse the fact that I literally had to go into that pan 400 times just to get any bronzer, and it still didn't look that great. It was a little patchy. It was kind of dry looking. So this is something I would not reach for again. And you guys know, like, I had to wipe it off my eyes. So if that doesn't tell you how I feel about this eyeshadow palette, nothing ever will. I despise this. I feel like every single shade in this palette, as far as like, again, all of these ones in between this finger and this finger, they are all the regular powder shadows, and then these were cream shadows or highlights or whatever the hell they want to call it. And everything had that weird slate gray undertone on my eye that is just not flattering. It doesn't look good. It doesn't sit well. It just makes my eye, I shouldn't say on everybody, because there are some people that can pull it. I haven't seen a lot of people that can pull that ugly, weird slate gray tone, but there are some people. Me, it looks just absolutely ridiculous on, and these, they all pulled that same tone. Even the brown, as I was blending it out, it had that weird slate gray undertone, and I don't understand it. Like, I am so bamboozled by, ugh. Okay, so now that we did a quick run through of the products, let me go ahead and I'll zoom you in so we can do our up close. Will we get up close and personal? All right, so as this kind of focuses in, you can definitely see, like, I'm a little bit, you know, patchy. You can definitely see the discoloration and stuff as you get up close, and see, like, this whole area really sloughed off since this morning. Literally, like, no highlight left. That's ugly. Lack of highlight equals ugly, just in case you were curious on the math. And, like, I just looked through here and it looks like, okay, let me zoom out just a tiny bit. You can see that it is, like, nice and luminous and glowy, which is nice. It just, and, like, even my nose, like, look at that. It looks really good. Like, none of my pores are patchy. My texture, like, it just looks like my regular skin, which is really impressive to me. And it's the same on my forehead. But with that being said, you know, hold on, let me zoom out. I feel like I'm talking to my chin. Anyways, I just feel when I'm up close and I'm talking, it feels very awkward. But I feel like it's a well-known fact that as you sacrifice, you know, coverage and whatnot, it does become more skin-like. It starts to look more and more natural because you're not caked up, you're not porcelain, you're not pristine. And I think that that's what happens with, like, this one and the e.l.f. one and other, you know, foundations that I've tried, where it isn't that it's necessarily supposed to look skin-like, but as the coverage goes away, you're not left with a bunch of cakey, crumbly, weird mess on your face, so it does look a lot more real. And I think that that's what happened today. I think that it's beautiful. I love that glowy feel that it's giving right now, and I think that I will try it with those Cover FX drops and see if that's a good option. I think that maybe playing around with the coverage side and the mattifying side would be very good for me, but I think that this foundation in general might be decent for someone. I can't say for coverage because, again, I'm not a fan of the coverage, but I do think it might be decent for someone that had, like, either combo, maybe oily skin. Like, I could see that working out because I was definitely oily today. Oil was out to play, so I'm led to believe that I don't think it would cling to you too much. But what I will caution you on is do not judge that foundation or that whole, like, the skin part by, like, the first hour, because when I put it on, it felt thick and cakey, and I did not, even when I did that swatch on my wrist this morning to, like, check and see what the colors looked like, that texture almost was a total no-go for me. It was just thick and goopy, and I was just like, no, I'm not here for this. I am not here for this. So that was kind of the part. So that is it for this video, you guys. I hope that this was helpful. I know that this line is, like, super duper brand new to Walgreens. At least that's what I was led to believe. So I wanted to get these products, try them out for you guys. Let's see what you think. What do you think? Have you tried them? What's your thoughts? Is this something you'd want to try? Whew, what do you guys think? Let me know. And don't forget, you guys, that there is officially a Facebook for us to go and sit together. I'm really excited about this Facebook, can you tell? So go ahead, make sure that you check the description box below for all of my social media handles, which now include that Facebook. And yeah, we can get social together, we can hang out, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And let me know if there's anything you want me to try, look at, whatnot, because I love that kind of stuff. I love hanging out with you. I think it's kind of like the best part of what I do. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Just kidding, it's watching me, right? Okay, so I'm gonna get going, you guys. I hope you have a great day, night, weekend, whatever, and I will talk to you later. I don't know where that came from. C.Y.O. See you later. That was cheesy.